Randy, yeah, you can say.
As we go to the introductions by Jason DeVilliers at the Motherlode.
Brought everything a growing boy can lead with the sport of beach volleyball. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this. We got brothers in the semifinals. You got April in the semifinals. Let's start with court 3. This team's runner-up, the Wapaka Open. New team this year, but veterans to the game. Introducing first, the absolute man. He has played with everyone. He's played with Bill Solomon. He's played with Mario Lorenz, and he's played with Jeff Samuels here. I give you Adam Robert!
As Jason is introducing both courts, only one view.
My man, L.Basey. Are you ready for this crowd? Is the crowd ready for you? Give it up, Jeff Samuels! Their opponents. My man at a Quincy University. Did they make you play outside hitter? I hope so. Oh, what a thankless job. Middle hitter, you know why? Because he stands at 6'5", which qualifies as tall enough for him. Give it up, Tyrone! And his partner. Now travel, I'm all about that L.Basey. What up, Paige? Listen. I know you're on the two honor somewhere, but you are a home rock. Give it up, L.Basey.
And as he announces, Basey counts, Robert Samuels will play for the first semifinals on court 1. And now we get to court 2 introductions.
What? You're older? Yeah. Show me somebody. We don't need to show you ID because we know who you are. We know you are one half of the
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. You back. Wait.
Give it up, Lars! Basey! Woo! And his partner. You're back. I hope you become a head coach this summer because I love the way your mind works. Standing at 6'5". You gotta give it a shade to someone who got it. Hey, spread the word. In Carlson! This guy, we don't need a bar from him because he doesn't have one. He's too young to have one. He's just here to chill and play beach volleyball. I don't know about all this stuff. I don't know about all this hiking stuff. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Born again, Christian Hoover! Can't call you angry anymore. You know what? This is one of the rare cases you see this guy walking front row because he's one of the best defenders we've ever seen in the game. Certainly one of the best hand setters I've seen in the game. And I don't mean to commit any blasphemy because we got a good hand setter in this booth. So I mean to step on any toes, okay? But you can step on as many toes as you can because you are Skylar Stone!
As Jason DeVilliers finishes up introductions to our match on main court, L.Basey, Ian Carlson versus Christian Hoover and Skylar Del Sol. Semifinals on both courts now about to start as my partner in crime, Jason DeVilliers, joins me. We have Basey now, Lars back to serve, attacking the Sol out of the middle, out of the left side. Here's a ball that goes off the block, nobody up. There's a nice dig. Ball's getting poked around. Another chance for, then there's another great dig. This is going to be a barn burner as it looks like, and it is.
Wow, if that's the first point of the game, I can't wait.
That is the first point of the game, 1-0, that put away by Ian Carlson. At Ian Carlson at the net, L.Basey serving. They are attacking Christian Hoover from the left side as Christian goes up and over the block and misses the shot down the line. Jason, when you're ready to jump in, you let me know, as we're now at a 1-1. 2-0.
I'm actually, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm actually trying to redo the stencils because I have the wrong Basey on the wrong court. So I want to fix the stencils for the beginning of the game, and I'll keep you guys up to speed on the score. For now, Randy, take the wheel for a minute.
Yes, Christian Hoover now cuts the ball into the net. Like I said before, in all the matches, you don't have to be great. It just has to be good. It doesn't have to be that accurate. Now down by 3 as L.Basey now back to serve 3-0. They attacking Christian Hoover on the left again, trying to tap, and then there's a good shot down the line now to break a little bit of momentum as they score their first point of this semifinal.
Randy, amazing job carrying the water. Once again, you've been doing it all tournament and continue to do so today. Sorry, just got back from my announcing duties, and I found out the older Basey, and this whole time I thought it was the younger guy. You're going to love this guy, Randy. He's very, very calm, very quiet, very Partain-esque. Not too emotionally high or low. Doesn't waste moves. If you know what I mean. Doesn't have to make a lot of moves to play volleyball.
Very, very impressed by these two young studs, brothers. I know they played before. This is the first time myself seeing them. And when you say that Miles Partain reminds you of them, you're exactly right. But quality players and some players to see in the future. There was an opportunity. They play in such a calm demeanor, and I really want everybody to pay attention to L.Basey behind Ian Carlson's block. He is cagey. He's moving the ball. His defensive thoughts are not to stay in any one place, and he gets after it.
He really, really does. As we got Ian Carlson to serve. Ian, the student at Arizona State University. They had a pretty good beach team there under Brad Keenan, but he's no longer there. And that ball left balloons out of bounds. And I really thought that was 6-1, but I guess I'm wrong. We're going to readjust the score to 5-1. So for those of you that just joined us, thank you. The broadcast starts a little lumpy. Had to do a little announcing for the starting lineup, but Randy had my back, as he always does. Ian Carlson, L.Basey on this side. On the other side, the great Skylar Del Sol, and on serve receive is Christian Hoover. Christian, man, talk about a young guy with a bright future, standing at just 6 feet tall. I don't know if he's 19 or 21, but looking good.
Yeah, very young player. One of the players that are kind of unique because he doesn't play indoor volleyball. He has learned how to play the game of volleyball out on the beach or on the grass courts, and he is a guy that if you're just honing your skills in one way, look for him in the future, as he's all after that ball, Christian. And there's a joust at the net by they always say that the smaller players win that joust because the taller player is just up too high.
And the taller players always go first, right? On the joust, he who goes second wins, right?
And the worst thing about it is always the smaller player does the flex to the bigger player and really gets him edgy.
Pretty good serve out of the middle. Ian Carlson, good pass, and wow. That almost looked like a jump over on the ball on court, and we're going to get a replay here. That's right. That's righteous. We got 3-5 here, and this is the semifinals. Both semifinals happening at the same time, so we will keep you apprised and up to speed on what's happening on court 3 between Samuels and Adam Roberts against the other Basey, Gage Basey and Ty Cout.
Skylar Del Sol back to serve, attacking. Look at that shot. Looks like he's on a pedestal going up and over the block. The smaller block of Skylar Del Sol that plays L.Basey puts that ball away with ease. Now up by 3, 6-3, early in game 1.
L.Basey to serve, and I was just talking about how he doesn't waste moves and doesn't seem like he's at 100% exertion. Skylar with the left hand. Oh my goodness. If he hurts you with his left, Randy, go down.
Christian Hoover now back to serve.
Hoover to serve. They got sticks out of the block. Again, Skylar has done most of the full-time blocking today for this tournament. And here they are in the semifinals. And once again, lefty. He must have heard me. He says, "Did you say lefty?" And now the lead's cut to 1, Randy.
Very unique if you're a right-handed player to be able to go and put the ball away with your left out of the middle. And there was 2 points in a row. He takes advantage, and he's obviously worked at that, as he calls blocking line on
Up and
both
down
players
set.
right now. And then sure enough, jumps into the to the angle. And I like that thought. Sometimes even when you call a play and you want to split up the court accordingly, and if you're just don't let the player just go and blast away, take away what you really think that they're going to do.
You know, and the reigning defending champs are way off the ground right now at the net. I mean, as far as, like you said, big blocks and big moves, they're really, really huge at the net right now. But Hoover, man, you needed 2 blocks on that one. Great. For a guy that's never played indoor, that's a pretty indoor-worthy swing, Randy.
With a beautiful set by Del Sol going and putting up beautiful butter. And like I've said in past, when the ball goes up like that, it just says, hit me. And sure enough, his partner, Christian Hoover, with the put away.
Pretty good serve, but beautiful holds by Ian Carlson. And Ian, great elevation, and looked like he was looking for a touch, but I don't think Skylar qualifies for the reach on that. And that ball's left balloons out of bounds.
As we got a seesaw battle, a 1-point game right now. Skylar Del Sol back to serve.
Skylar, wow, serve out in the middle. Lars handled pretty easily. Lars, wow. And that's what I was talking about. You notice there's not 100% exertion on his moves. He's operating on like 80%, and he can do that all day. He's done that all tournament.
I like the look right before he hits, looking like he's going to shoot the ball, and he attacks with the defense off balance.
Lars with the serve. Okay, pass by Hoover. Hoover gets the use off the block, and Randy Hoover yesterday had a really hard time against Jeff Samuels, and I think that's a learning experience going into the semifinals.
It sure was, and sure he probably had nightmares all night about Jeff Samuels in regards to him getting blocked, but sure enough is on his game right now.
Left shoulder. Carlson, inside set. Wow, and Skylar with the discipline, just waiting. Something we call waiting late, Randy.
Beautiful timing by Skylar at the net. The blocker at the net, not all that tall, but is taking away area, and sure enough, shuts that ball down to go up by 2.
Serve straight to him, and again, Ian Carlson, one of the better passers in the tournament. Very good at midlining everything, and oh man, there was a part of him that knew he wasn't going to get that, but had to do the courtesy dive for his partner.
As Christian Hoover just says, listen, if you're going to hit it, I'm going to stay at that angle, and he's a backboard as the ball goes up and over his head for the point.
Well, Ian Carlson knows it's going to have to be him. Lars right now is such a high percentage side out player as he gets the set he wants. And there's the chop down the line. Doug Hoover. Oh, man, looked a little bit indecisive. And, man, I thought that was going to be ball trouble. There's a ball near the court. Up and down set. Skylar. Del Sol's one. A line over.
Takes advantage of L.Basey at the net with Ian Carlson, the main blocker. Not that great of a defensive player as we've seen so far in regards to trying to get to that. But even let's get better credit for Skylar Del Sol looking over the court and seeing the opening. Early action, 12-8.
Christian Hoover to serve. He's going to go to Sarasota for a little bit. Move out there, get his volleyball action on. Oh, my goodness. What a block. And laying him down for the technical timeout. Leaders 13-8. That's it. That's the technical timeout.
Technical timeout.
We're in the bunker right now, Randy. Yeah. What's good? What's going on?
Well, I just actually asked the directors to kind of move some of the balls away, just like you made that call. We don't want to have any accidents. And, It's just not the court we're worried about. We're talking about the outsides of the court. And as you can see on the men's game, even on the women's game, there's these opportunities to go and chase down a ball. Let's not have a ball rolling around so somebody can get hurt as the court gets cleaned up. And now we have a couple balls on each side. And it really, what great conditions this morning right now. We've got we've got a couple clouds to our left, but for the most part, beautiful blue skies up here in Aspen, Colorado, the 50th annual of the Motherlode. These are the semifinals of the men's open division. And what a tournament it's been, Jason.
It really has. It really has. And someone just posted the scores wrong. Do I have a reversal going on here? Is it Christian? Christian's the one who has 13?
Yes.
Yeah. Easy fix for me, guys. Thank you guys so much. I am the official scorekeeper here, and anyone that knows me well enough knows that it's the one thing I don't do well.
Well, in the driver's seat, so to speak, at 13-8 first game, I've been very, very impressed how Christian has come out of the gates, not only swinging, but playing defense. And obviously has said, I'm not going to be the player I was yesterday, and certainly turning it up quite a bit, up by 5.
I mean, a polar opposite, right? He looked a little rattled that first set yesterday. As they go back to Carlson, Carlson knows, again, it's gonna be him. It's going to be him to win or lose this game, because I expect 9 out of every 10 serves to go to Ian Carlson in this one. We got 9-13.
Let's go back to action on the court.
Yep.
Main court. Don't want to see our mugs all the time.
Well, maybe yours.
Yeah. Ian Carlson now kind of has learned that I don't want to challenge this smaller blocker that has been effective, that has roofed me a couple times, and that shot up and over the block has been more effective. And look for that as we continue this match.
We'll also try to get a roaming camera, a camera 3, to keep you guys up to speed on the other semifinal match, which is happening. Jeff Samuels and Adam Roberts against L.Basey and Ty Coots. We have a camera 3 here, hooked up to an iPhone. Pretty simple setup. I'll bring you up to speed maybe during the timeouts or in between sets, as that ball is a use. What time is it? Tool time, says Skylar Del Sol.
Skylar takes a good swing. That ball was off the net to the middle of the court. If the blocker doesn't touch it, it probably goes waffling out of bounds, but sure enough gets the point. 14-9.
Here we go. This time they go to Lars. Here's the up and down that Lars likes, and Lars reminding everybody why he doesn't get a lot of serve receive action. Done in energy efficiency and accuracy is L.Basey. Lars the serve right now, and man, this crowd is just ruckus for both semifinal matches, so expect to hear a lot of noise in the background. Skylar with the snazzy on-2 move gets dug. Lars, just out of bounds.
Tough play for Lars there. He pops that ball up, reads the second shot, puts it up perfectly, but doesn't lead himself into the promised land. He kind of goes backwards, tries to hit the ball out of the middle, and these courts are getting dug out. When you get a set to the middle of the court, all of a sudden that 8-foot net becomes 8-2, 8-4, and he sure enough doesn't take the swing, and he chops it out of bounds wide. Point opportunity goes awry.
Christian Hoover back to Ian Carlson. Carlson, wow. And maybe the ref might want to take a look at that, but no one seems to be complaining about that, so I'll just chalk that up to what do I know.
As Ian Carlson goes up and over the block, as I said, not challenging the block, but makes the error hitting that ball down the line.
Okay, very nice pass. Way to open up on his platform on that, and that's what Ian does. Ian's a very good middle cross hitter, sharp cross hitter. He has 3 or 4 ways to hit cross court, Randy.
And the advantage to him was the height and the ability of taking that step to that inside set, that he was able to get that ball inside Skylar Del Sol. Now 11-16.
Christian Hoover. There's the up and down set. Hoover, we got a little Nemo in the net, and the question is which one. I think that's Carlson, and that's your switch. 16-12, trailing by I'll fix that score. It's 17-11, leading by 6. leading by 6 are the what I would call the underdog in this.
I would say so too. I don't think that they've really got their wheels going yet as far as L.Basey and Ian Carlson goes. But you know how this match can go. They can easily lose this first, then get momentum, win the next, and then go to that final and third. And let's see how it unfolds.
Up and down set and straight down swing. We're trying to get a call from the referee on that.
Lars with the good put away.
Yep, 12-17. They got a little bit of work to do if they want to come back this set or at least generate some kind of momentum going into set 2.
Lars
great
attacking
pass.
Hoover.
And Hoover, we've seen some balls left balloon out of bounds like that today, and I think the ball and the altitude is still an adjusting factor. 13-17.
And there's a little bit of a crack in the armor as they are going to go at an attack. Christian Hoover again, as he hits that last ball out of bounds. Look for the shot, and then Lars is all
Lars
over
goes
it
horizontal for that.
and stays with it, gets the ball back in the court.
Hey, Dulcel, looking for 18. Got it.
Kind of an interesting set there. He got away with it. It almost looked like it got a little bit joggled in his hands, that set by Christian Hoover to his partner. His partner able to put that ball away, up now by 5, 18-13.
Skylar Dulcel, one of the more fun players to watch because his technique and his execution is exacting. It's unconventional to some, but it produces these magnificent results. And speaking of magnificent, what a great play. And another play back. And, ooh, what do you call that, Randy? Was that a fist?
Listen,
or redirect block.
A redirect block with one arm. That's the
Okay.
Kong. That is the true Kong block. The guy standing on the Empire State Building, swatting planes away. And Del Sol, not that big of a player at the net, does it with accuracy.
Serve out of zone 1. They go to Lars. Up and down set. Lars. Great balance on the cut. Child's play if he's in system. 14-19.
As we have some of the girls, Van der Rott.
They're doing a little court maintenance.
Yes, and they're bringing it into the...
There's a lot of bravery on both sides of this bunker, young lady.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and congratulations to these two absolute ballers who are patiently waiting for their finals match. Looking to get to 20.
As we're back to the match, 19-14. Here's an opportunity for Basey. Swings cross-court and scores.
Wow. What a great shot by Basey.
Bringing his team back to 4, 15-19.
Don't let the score fool you, people. The match is far from over. L.Basey, the man, he can lose by 7 and win the next game by 7. So stay with it. And again, for those of you that just joined us, thank you for having us in your living room. Thank you for having us in your life as it's 19. Oh, my goodness. Ian Carlson on a 3-block switch. And that was an example of what I was talking about before. Show them line and then take line away on the jump.
And I'm still learning these calls with you, Jason, right now. It looked like he called a 4. I thought he was going to start the angle and then jump into the angle, but sure enough, read that for a huge block to get back into this match.
I know what you're thinking, and I'll get with you on the next play as this ball is the Yahoos for set point opportunity number 1. You're like, look, what the heck is wrong with 1 block and 2? I won 100, more than 100 tournaments just doing the 1s and 2s, boys. What gives here?
123 out of 365 opens I played, but back to action for Skylar Del Sol.
He said, never mind. Let's get back to this set point opportunity number 1. Ooh, okay set. And L.Basey, great elevation. Wow. And it looks like that is going to be the end of the first set. I think the call was open hand tip.
I would have to say
or
that.
If not double contact.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
So the first game goes to Christian Hoover and Scarlett Del Sol, which kind of seems to be a bit of an upset to begin with in this first semifinal. Both the semifinals are going on as we have Roberts and Samuels playing against L.Basey and
Yes, L.Basey and Couts, Ty Couts. Listen, we got the bunker shot right now, but let's take you to camera 3, my little roaming phone, and let's just keep an eye on this match a little bit. I see 14. Maybe Brian Klein can give me a score on this second set. It's 17-14. Gage, that's Ty Couts serving. That's Adam passing. Jeff with a back set, and Ty with a block. 18-14. Who won the first set? Oh, okay. That guy needs to take that 2 sign down. That's Mark Fornicari on the high chair. Pottstown Rumble finalist 2 years ago.
what seems to be another upset in the making right here, because I would have felt like Roberts and Samuels would be having the advantage, but sure enough, down by 3, 15-18. They've got to go and put together a couple points together to get back into this match, or this first game will go to the opposing team.
Yeah, or like you said before, sometimes it's just about momentum, right? Generate as much momentum going into the second set, and if that momentum helps you come back this set, so be it. Great block by Jeff. Going to Gage. Gage, my goodness. Man, like brother, Randy.
Great swing from the right side, kind of hits the uprights of Jeff Samuels, and a beat down right there. Now going up 19-15. I have to say it. I'm going to make the call right now. Both of these games are going 3.
I think so.
They're both going 3. It's unbelievable. Really good volleyball going on here as Samuels goes to the set. Roberts attacks and hits that ball out. Now we go to a point game, first game on court 1.
Yep, and I think that's a switch, 2015.
And we'll stay with this game.
Let's stay with it for a couple of plays.
For just a couple plays until this game ends, as we have our main match on court 1, as you guys have been watching. L.Basey, Ian Carlson versus Christian Hoover and Skylar Del Sol. Christian Hoover and Skylar Del Sol winning the first game in an impressive fashion. But let's get back to the action on court 1.
All right, we're still on court 3 right here. We're going to stay here for one more play, and if it doesn't happen, we'll go back to the center court match. But it's worth it to see another play. This time they go to Adam on the switch. Ball gets shot. A little tight on that set, and Couts goes first. Jeff recovers. Back set. Samuels. Blocked. I think he hit the net on that. Ooh, snazzy move, but I don't know if that was legal. All right. So, sorry. Let's go back to court 1.
We're back to main court action.
It's 1-0 right now. I'm going to fix the scoreboard.
Yeah, and we will give you an update what happened on that weird play that just happened on court 3. But we're into the second game on main court, court 2.
Wow.
Yes, Christian now goes and hits a really good ball, but a beautiful set by Del Sol.
Right, Coots. Travis Beers, thank you on the pronunciation on Ty's last name. I was saying Couts a couple of times, but I do remember because I was here last year. It's Coots. And I was thinking Snoop Dogg, like a Snoop Dogg, like Snoop, so that was my way to remember that. Pretty good dig, looking for a 2 and good joust, but he Chewbaca'd the net a little bit.
Again, he wins the second time. He won a battle at the net in the first game, and now he's in the second game winning that battle of the joust, going up 2-1.
There's a serve to Carlson again. There's the drifter set Carlson likes, and already on the ground before he can make the dig is Christian Hoover. And technique-wise, maybe that's something he's trying to work on to get better at, but just the same, I like his positioning. And he's always just at the scene of the crime when the ball's being hit. So, again, I'll sit here as the chairborne ranger and say, what do I know? Oh. So we're at 2017. That set's still not over. I think they're coming back from a timeout. Probably still arguing about that back set. Speaking of good sets, wow, Skylar Del Sol with a beautiful set, and that ball goes out of bounds.
as
3-2.
Yep, as L.Basey all over it. And again, I want you guys, people at home, tuning into this match, just watch L.Basey, how his movement is in terms of, look at him. He just jibber jabs around, and he's almost on every ball. Could have been almost a little better of an effort to try to get to that one, but we've got a little bit of a wind that's from our camera from right to left that kind of chopped that ball down, and a difficult one to get after.
Yeah. Hey, listen, this man, when he's not playing volleyball, he's teaching first grade. L.Basey. So when he's not teaching lessons to the kids, he's teaching lessons to the adults here at the Motherlode tournament. Again, the reigning defending champions, Ian Carlson and L.Basey. Looking to get to 4. Looking to get to the switch. Great touch by Skylar. Skylar Jumbo Pokey. Ian trying to fix that. I formation. Skylar's like, fine, you're there. I'll take it. Cut, Doug. Who's going to blink? Lars. Got it.
Great cover by L.Basey. Like I said, watch this kid. He is unbelievably a good player in defense, and he gobbles that ball up. But I was really impressed in that rally with Christian Hoover covering that ball that came up and over the block. It actually, Skylar Del Sol backing up, thinking that it goes over his head, doesn't even realize that Christian Hoover is there to almost save the day. But that cut shot got gobbled up by L.Basey, and what a great point that was as L.Basey and Ian Carlson go up 4-3.
Leading by 1 in the set, but trailing 0-1 in the match are the defending champs, L.Basey and Ian Carlson. Expect them to go back to Hoover. They do. Okay pass by Hoover. Drifter set. Wow. Very good drop. That dropped like a ton of bricks, Randy.
It did, but it was a very smart play by him not attacking the blocker and chiseling that thing inside and beating not only the blocker but the defender.
A lesson he learned from yesterday. I don't mean to harp on it, but that was a huge lesson learned from yesterday. Instead of trying to power through the block. Speaking of trying to power through the block, the sneaky Skylar Del Sol.
You never want to underestimate a smaller blocker, as you never know what they really want to do, but they do it sometimes in perfection, and that block just shuts down and actually surprises Lars at the net.
Skylar again running to the net off the serves. This time a fake. Lars hits into the defense, and now they have a point scoring opportunity. Stuttering there. Ian Carlson cleaning it up for everybody.
Yeah, Ian Carlson hitting that ball from the left side. Beautiful set by his partner there. And again, this is going to be a seesaw game, 5-5 early game.
But you know, Randy, you mentioned that there's nothing scarier than a short blocker because peripherally they're so hard to see. They show you the top of the tape, and when you're ready to make your move, all of a sudden this body and hands comes out of nowhere.
And the bigger guy always thinks that they can hit it past the smaller one.
I mean, as that ball goes out of bounds, it scores 6-5. I remember. Do you remember Hagen Smith at the Manhattan Beach Open getting caught at the net? And every time he's caught at the net to get the block, he gets the block. You know, undersized person, but explosive at the net.
Learned a little bit from his dad, St. John Smith.
Yep. I mean, the name sounds familiar. Ian Carlson, great healthy jump, but an even better dig. Hoover, transition, got it.
Wow, what a great set by his partner, Skylar Del Sol, almost looking like he's going to shoot that ball, side sets that ball. These guys are getting so accurate in regards to not squaring up and making it look like they're going to do something different. Puts up a beautiful set there.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Skylar's one of the best at it. And that ball, I think, was in. I thought that was an OT shot, and we got the touch we wanted, huh? Yep, there's a touch.
Good high swing by Ian that time. Again, down by 1, 6-7.
Here we go. Lars expect him to go back to Christian Hoover, taking a little bit more middle, maybe trying to bait the left shoulder. No, goes to the middle. This time, Skylar takes it. Skylar, explosive jump, and reminding everybody, hey, this guy can still hit. Don't let the finesse fool you. 8-6 is the switch.
As Ian almost comes out with his rugby uniform with the cutoff sleeves in the tank top. Back to serve. Now up by 2, 8-6.
Del Sol going to Carlson on this one. Basey sails on 2, gets dug. Christian, will he just take a whip at it? Oh, man. Sometimes, I don't know. That had a little bit of thinking involved, right?
Yeah, you know what? Skylar put up a ball with that top spin. It was almost a ball that Christian Hoover should have swung at and just swing hard. When you're off the net, swing at that ball at your defender, it comes on them quickly, and a lot of times you can score.
Pretty good short serve, but handled well. There's the dig. Lars looking for 8. Lars, wow, what a great OT swing. Elevator to the penthouse.
And I'm going to say it again. Look for L.Basey. He is unbelievable. He has a nose for the ball like you won't believe. He's all over the court defensively and reading the players. He's just not stuck in one location, gobbling up that point and scoring from the right side up and over, tying this game 8-all.
As Ian goes to serve, for those of you that have never seen the Basey brothers play, I'm going to get with that in a minute. Up and down sets, calling the action. Chicken or the egg on that? I think we got the use. 9-8 Del Sol and Hoover.
Yeah, as Ian Carlson goes up and tries to Kong block, Christian Hoover says, I'm not going to have anything to do with that.
Randy, is that one of those?
Chops that ball off the block.
Hold on, excuse me a second. Is that one of those things where you as a blocker, you just try to go first instead of waiting to get used?
Well, for me, I would always try to time it because you can't touch that ball before that. But on top of the net, obviously, it's anybody's ball. As Ian goes up and taps that ball straight down, being the big guy he is, makes it look easy. But with that wind blowing that ball inside, it's not as easy as you might think.
No, I mean, if you look at the reach advantage, clearly the reach advantage goes to the defending champs. Lars way off the ground. Ian, full-time blocker, and the undersized team right now is the one leading 1-0. And I believe the score is 9-9 now. So weird, unique situation. But I wanted to say something about the Baseys. For those of you that have never seen these two brothers play, take a look at AVP, either AVP Atlanta, Miami, AVP Atlanta or Miami. They played together and they beat the brakes off of a lot of good main draw teams. Skylar with the set, one of the best setters on the American scene. And that ball left balloons out of bounds, and the defending champs now have a 1-point lead.
It's always interesting to me when there is a break in play and it's an extended break, how people come out, and sure enough, Christian makes that mistake as they attack him again.
Up and down set. There's the cut. Nice read by Ian, looking to get to 11 as the wind picks up. Oh, man. Makes cowards of us all. There's the on-2. Flailing at the dig. Carlson flailing at that swing. That noodle arm. Really working to perfection,
And
Randy.
don't you think that Skylar Del Sol wants that back as he shoots that ball with his hands over on 2? And they're going to say nothing that is going to drop at that point. We're going to go and get that point. And sure enough, they do. 11-9, 1 point away from the technical timeout.
Technical timeout. Yep. Hey, Lars, just found out today he's the older brother. Last year to this year, I really thought Gage was the older one. And he's got the baby face, right? I was logical in my thinking, but wow, pretty good dig. Hoover, what a nice set. And Hoover! Oh, Skylar did a little bit of line move, but when you do that, you give up the point. So. Look at the ref, still doesn't know what to do on that call. So maybe we'll get a little bit of a little honor system thing going on here with the crowd.
Very cute play by Skylar Del Sol. Unfortunately, his partner shoots that ball out over the block at this technical timeout, shoots that ball out wide, and Del Sol sees that and grabs the line as he dives and tries to put the line out, and nobody's going to fall for that one.
I'm pretty sure you've kicked a line once or twice, Randy. Is that a never on my part?
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say I didn't because I wasn't the defender, so to speak, and I was always at the net. So I saw St. John do it a couple times,
That's pretty cool.
but it's a good one to get the crowd behind you and to get a little bit more momentum on your side.
I've seen Loyola do that a couple of times.
Exactly. So, needless to say, Christian Hoover and Skylar Del Sol winning the first set, now down by 3 at 12-9 in a must-switch win situation for L.Basey and Ian Carlson.
And speaking of must win, we're on court 3 right now. It's a 7-4 score right now, leading by 3 in the set, but trailing 0-1 in the match is Adam Roberts and Jeff Samuels. As we go back to the action here on center court, and you think both of these matches are going to go to 3? I think you might be right. This time they go zone 4, handled okay by Hoover. Hoover! Man, and that was a psychological flashback from yesterday's winners bracket game.
Tough swing out there on the left side. Unfortunately, makes the error on this side, cutting the ball out of bounds, then going into the side switch and getting blocked right there by Ian.
Go back to him, looking for similar results, and wow, that's a pretty good pill and dig.
Unfortunately, it came trickling off the top of the tape, so that little jerk kind of jerked his defensive one arm, and the ball didn't come up quite as well as he wanted.
Thanks for leaving comments in the comments section, especially Travis Bears, man. Thanks for having my back on the score. Thanks for having my back on the trivia. I really like that you remember Jackie Silva's partner as that ball goes way out of bounds, and now the lead is cut to 2. Skylar Del Sol to serve. Multiple-time NVL winner. Always in the top 10 in the AVP scene, regardless of his partner. Played with Ed Ratledge a little bit. Pretty good dig. Transition. And Skylar says, that's where the muscle's at.
And that is exactly what I brought up earlier on in the game, that when the lower man on the totem pole wins that joust, they always do the flex like they had some other strength involved. It's all about positioning. And sure enough, points are scored in bunches, and they've gotten a couple. And
there's a good wrist away.
Yeah. Sure
L.Basey. Hey, and you know what? Good luck with yellow carding a veteran like Skylar Del Sol. You let the guy flex. Another guy that has muscles in places I don't have places, always in great shape, is Skylar Del Sol. And we got a 14-12 score here with Ian Carlson to serve, rocking the Kamina gear. I'm going to plug Kamina in a little bit. Wow. Trying to kick the line. You know, maybe a few more dance lessons will make that work.
Exactly. He's got to watch the movie Side Out a couple more times, and he'll figure that one out. But unfortunately, 2 of the really classic plays about moving the line out, nobody's going to fall for that one, as Christian Hoover now gets back to serve.
They go back to Carlson, and wow, high percentage on serve receive. And you know what? We need more of that in our lives. Sometimes to beat the small blocker, use what God gave you, man. The gift of the vertical. Get up there. Why play? Sorry, 15-4.
It should be, I think, 15-13.
15-13.
There you go.
In favor of Basey and Carlson. But I'd like to see them, you know, a little more OT block against an undersized blocker who's more often than not a full-time defender. Up and down sets, and there's the cut. Pretty good dive. Lars. Oh, another good dig. Clean dig. Skylar Del Sol goes line over, gets dug. Lars looking for the point. Got it.
No, out of bounds, wide on the swing. And don't you think that L.Basey wants that back, as they both go to their hands to the knees, just going like timeout, quick timeout by L.Basey and Ian Carlson, knowing what the situation is. Don't want to let this game get out of control because they're down 1-0.
You know, and big up to the crowd next to me, because I thought that ball was in. And as soon as I looked to my left, the entire crowd looked at me and shook their head and goes, no, out of bounds. I love you guys. I'm having the time of my life.
As we have action going on court 3 to our right, Samuels Roberts.
I'm going to use camera 3, give a shout out To my crowd who's been sitting here chilling with me the entire weekend. God bless you guys. Love you guys. Let's roam the camera to court 3. Mark Fornicari, scorekeeper. Brian Klein, give me a score maybe. 11-8 in favor of Adams and Samuels. They're up this set, but they're down 1-0. We got a timeout on center court.
These are the both semifinals of the men's action this morning. Winners move on to the finals. Losers tie for third.
What's my prize for the trivia answer? Good question. We're giving out cards for cookies here, so if you want, I'll be more than glad to send you a card, Travis.
But how many
For now,
minutes
you're the
did it
man.
take you to go to the internet to figure that one out?
No, you know what? In his defense, Randy, he answered it right away. He says, I didn't check, but I think it's her. And he was right.
And back to action.
Yeah, here we are. Left shoulder serve. Center set and Skylar. My goodness. The over-the-shoulder boulder holder, courtesy of the Colorado native, now living in Arizona, Skylar Del Sol.
Skylar starting at the net, being very sneaky, gives it the fake, shoots the ball up and over to him, and he just swats that thing back. 15 all.
Lars and Carlson having a good time, but maybe too much of a good time. There has to be a sense of urgency. They're down 1-0. It's tied right now. And again, that's what I want to see a little bit more, Randy. I want to see a little bit of that vertical. You know you got a short blocker. Be patient and reach high.
Good big swing from the right side by L.Basey. Love to see that. Now 16-15 in a must-win situation for Ian Carlson and L.Basey.
Had to fix the lens. It was getting a little bit dark every time it's overcast.
And as we have the clouds coming in and out on camera, you'll see it's a little bit of an overcast, kind of splashing in and out. They attack Hoover to the left side.
Wow. There's a very, very good swing. Balanced swing, seeing the whole court. Christian Hoover.
And let me point this out. With Lars not going and starting on the left side defensively to go and be the good digger, he stays on the right. It's wide open, and sure enough, Hoover goes and puts that ball away.
Oh, that pass got darted, but jumping into the middle and cut back. And again, extension, using their height, using their vertical jump, using their reach with a similar result. At 16 apiece. Let's fix this again. Now that the sun's come back out. Using my technology the best way I know how. Skylar this time with the option and the cover. And Skylar, look out, shout.
Skylar gets lucky in terms of getting blocked that first time, but then says, give me another shot at it and I'll put that ball away. Gets the game now to a 17-17 match. And this is what I call nervous time.
It is.
For both teams.
Yeah, and you know what? It seems that, again, Lars and Ian are keeping the mood light, but sometimes you have to have that balance of urgency. You know, sometimes there is such thing as keeping the mood too light, right? You're the defending champs. You're in a situation, 17 up. You're trailing 1-0. It's time to get your serious face on. Here goes the sun again. And Lars, again, great reach, great extension, and it is now 18-17.
Well, it all comes down to who wants it more right now. And unfortunately, L.Basey and Ian Carlson down 1-0 in a must-win situation, 18-17.
L.Basey to serve. Lars goes position 4 once again. That's a normal day at this point for Christian. And you know what? Getting blocked can't be a normal day. Not at this point. It is now 19-17. Little bit of a buzz and momentum going to the defending champs. L.Basey to serve, rocking the Camina shorts. Got to get you a pair, guys. Up and down set. And the scouting report on him is pretty easy, and we'll get with that in a minute. And chicken or the egg on that, on the U's. We got to go on the offensive series on that. I'm going with Ian Carlson on this one. Who are you going with? Are you going with Skylar on this
That
one?
was so unique that they both went up for the joust, and it looked like it was simultaneous. But usually the advantage comes to the player that goes and wipes the ball off on their side, and sure enough, they get the point. And now we're at point game, second game with Ian Carlson back to serve.
Yeah, I thought they got that right. I thought they got that right. Set point opportunity to number one. Back to Hoover. That's the set Hoover likes. And you know what? He gets the set he likes. High percentage side out swing. Set point opportunity number two.
As Ian Carlson calls for two, and he just gets out a little late on the line, and Hoover hits that ball off the block, 18-20.
Hoover with a jump floater. Hoover going to zone 4. A little bit of a J-hook pass. Set out of the middle. Line over. Got it.
And there's the prediction that this game is going to go 3, and it will. Give us a bit of a minute, and possibly we'll go to action on court 3 as they'll take a minute after this court. Either way, both of these matches, these semifinal matches for the men's division, look like they're going 3, as now we're going and taking a peek over here to.
Yep, trying to get my roaming camera going. Sorry, guys. Thanks for your patience. As you can see, I'm the guy who's multitasking today. That's why I said Randy's got my back. All right, we're back on. Taking a little shot on court 3, if you will. Court 2 is center court. So,
and if somebody can refresh my mind, it's 14-all in the second game. Who won the first?
The first game was won by L.Basey and Ty Coots.
So there you have it. And go and put like literally the team of Samuels and Roberts to this task. They will come to every single time that I've seen this team come around. They dig deep, and here they are back to receive serve and hopefully get that 15th point and try to get a little momentum for their side.
They switched sides too, Randy. Adam was hitting right side the entire tournament. He switched to left, and I think it's because they're going after Adam. And Adam's like, let me just hit on the side I'm comfortable with. And there's the U's. Got it. Very high IQ move by Adam Roberts, the longtime veteran. And Ty was like, man, I almost had it. Yeah.
And it's not that easy to switch sides as you've grown up or accustomed to be playing one side all the time, and you get nervous all of a sudden. You want to change something up, and sure enough, for Roberts, it's effective as they go up by 1, 15-14.
Samuels with a pretty good serve, and there's your option, L.Basey. See a little Lars in him on the jump and swing?
Well, you should, because they're brothers. And they look very similar, but incredibly good athletes. And the first time that I'm able to see them play, where have they been? And as you said, let's look back on those other tournaments. I will, because they're very fun to watch.
Me too, because I didn't even know they were in those gold series or those invitationals until someone said that these two brothers beat up on one of the main draw teams. And still very young, Randy. You know what? We haven't even seen the first of them, never mind the last of them.
As L.Basey goes diving after that ball in a huge up, and then gets up and hits the ball from the left side up and over the block.
Shirt and cookie, Travis Bears.
And I think into a 16-14 game.
Tell you what, Travis, if you live in the South Bay, I'll hand deliver the cookies myself.
And there's a big swing by Jeff Samuels on the right-hand side. His offside, I would say, but he goes up and over, not over the block, but off the block to bring their team within 15-16.
Would you look at this high drama in Game 3? And you know what? I expect nothing less from Jeff Samuels. Whether he's favored to win or whether he's not, the man loves some drama. He's always in these close game situations. If you remember the Partain brothers, their first main draw, Partain at 15, Marcus at 17, they played Jeff Samuels. and there it is.
Jeff Samuels just so smart to go and stay at the net and shut that angle down. Don't give them any kind of angle, especially when it's a broken play right there. And it's a huge one it is, 16 all to tie this game up. They're in a must-win situation, Roberts and Samuels, as they lost the first one in a very tight one. Roberts back to serve.
Let's go shot. Let's get the let's go shot before we go back to our action. And we're back at our action. Here we go. Set 3. Similar serve, similar set. Looking to get on the board. Lars, Doug. Back set. Skylar. Wow, what a nasty cut from off the net. Man, that cut looked like it was on top of the net. That was like, Randy, that was 9 feet away from the net.
We will keep you informed. That's what's happening on court 3. We're back to action now, 1-0 in this final game to 15 points as Hoover gets back to serve, attacking Ian to the left side. Ian gets up and shoots that ball up and over the block, and a little bit of a net violation too.
So shot counts and the foul.
Yeah. Wish it was.
To quote Marv Albert.
Wish it were worth 2 points, but it's only worth 1.
And 1 apiece. Sticks on the board for these true competitors in this semifinal and this Motherlode Aspen, Colorado event.
In a little bit of an update on court 3 as Samuel's now down by 1 on the side switch, 17-18.
Wow.
Back to
Again,
action.
high drama on court 3, man.
And back to action.
We're here, buddy. We're here. It's 1 apiece. Back to Hoover. There's the on 2, and Skylar very good at disguising that and waits as long as he can. And Ian kind of like kicking himself in the butt because he thought he had a good shot at maybe swatting that away. But leading 2-1 are the undersized underdog semifinalists. They go back to Carlson. That's the set he wants, but you know what? Do you agree that he's got to go a little higher in that set? Let them use their extension.
It sure seemed like it kind of slipped through his hands a little bit, and the point goes to Skylar Del Sol on there. Now they go up 3-1 game 3.
Here we go. Short serve. Up and down set, Ian. And this is what I was talking about. There's nothing wrong with a little height on the set with the team that has the reach to do something about it.
And I think we're going to get a little bit of an I'm not sure if that is a 3-2 switch because
it's a 2-3 switch. Yep.
No, it's a 4. It's going to be a 4-1 switch because there was a net violation here on main court in the driver's seat. Skylar Del Sol.
Is it too early to call timeout?
And just for
go ahead, keep us up to speed. We got 19 up, Randy.
Yep, 19 up on court 3 in a must-win situation for Roberts and Samuels. Back to action on a straight down hit, fake block. Got to stay up at that net. 2-4 as Ian puts that ball away.
And like I said, we knew this was going to go to game 3 because when L.Basey and Ian Carlson lost the first set, very similar to last year's semis and finals. Never count those guys out because here they are. Whatever happened on court 2, Randy, to give each other permission to watch both courts because there's some high drama on the other court. Wow, perfect transition set and line hopper. Now 5-2 on center court. But we now have match point 2019 on court 3.
And just take a quick note on our main
court. That's a bad pass.
As he's calling the other one. Unfortunately, that is it on court 3. We have champions moving on to finals of the tournament, beating the favorites, Samuels and Roberts.
Wow. Pretty good pass by Ian Carlson as we continue our action on center court. And that's the elevation, but waiting in the wings on that 4-block switch and getting roofed straight down is Christian Hoover.
And now getting back to main court action. So our focus is totally on main court. They went up to a 5-2 lead that got into the side switch. My statistics, when you get to 5 first within 2, you win 80% of the time. So they are in the driver's seat as Hoover attacks, shoots the ball up and over the line. Basey's all over it again. And there's the score by Basey to bring the game back to win 4. And listen, let me correct myself right now. Okay, please. It's a 4-5 game. You must win the first switch by 2. It's not about getting to 5 first. So if they score and go 6-4, they're going to be an 80% chance. If Ian scores this point, it's going to be a coin flip. And here it is, the
Up and
attack.
down set.
And here's the opportunity to tie the ball game up, where I hope they do. Hoover's all over it on the shot over the block, and then there's a net violation, and there's the 6-4 switch, and now
80% comes into play.
And that's right. Just want to clarify that for the rest of the audience, because now that is something that you need to watch. Each and every one of these points are going to be so important. Now, you'd rather be 80% or 20%. It's incredible as these matches go on, and you'll see that means that if you play 10 matches, you're going to win 8 of them. And
it's weird because I've always thought 80% was a low number on that statistic, but 80 is a safe number, because even this sample size alone on what we've done as far as commentating this weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 100%.
In fact, right now, I think it's almost looking like 100% this weekend. I don't think that we've had a 20% loser.
Nope.
Because it makes me look like the loser, that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that one. Hans Guth actually presented that question while you were talking about it. So Mystic Mac, once again, you were in the middle of talking about it when he asked.
Yeah, the words
back to Hoover. Back to the action. Sorry, Randy. Back to the action. Hoover cut over. 7-5, 2-point lead. What were you going to say, Randy? Sorry.
I love that beautiful touch by Christian Hoover from the left side. But my point is that with those statistics, it keeps everybody in the game. It's always a seesaw battle, especially when you get to a game to 15, side switching every 5.
Served to zone 1. L.Basey handled perfectly. Up and down set, Lars. That was more like self-defense on that field than actual defense.
Well, it's even a better swing by L.Basey going and attacking the defender that's retreating, and Desol does not come up with the ball. Now 1-point game, 6-7.
Zone 4. Wow, the perfect zone 4 serve and the perfect set. Cut. What a dig. Fishing. Lars. Free ball opportunity on the attack. Looking for 8. Tie. Oh, man. Can't get the cut twice.
L.Basey all over the court from right side to left side, and wasn't able to get to that, and kind of lands a little hard as he kind of twists and turns through this hard-packed aspen sand.
Got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Yep, and he's got to go and just take a little time, kind of hit his and juggled his kind of left hip on that play. They'll give him a moment as his partner takes time and kind of cleans off his glasses. Smart move to give everybody a little time. And there's a lot of sportsmanship asking if he's okay, and he gives it the nod that Lars is okay.
Well, Skylar's going to find out because he's got the ball, he's ready to serve, and he's ready to serve L.Basey on this.
Which you can kind of look at as positive or a negative, because if you serve Lars now,
there goes, as they do. Drift your set, Lars. How's he feeling?
He's not feeling all that
so
great as he goes and waffles that ball out cross court wide, and they call a timeout, and a very smart one at it is.
Wow, what a turn of events that's happened in this third set. What a turn of events that's happened on court 3. And sorry, go ahead. Listen, and we know, Skylar knows, okay, and Christian Hoover knows, in order for them to win this whole thing, they probably got to beat L.Basey twice. They got to beat L.Basey twice.
That's right. And you know what? That's an interesting thing that you're talking about right now, because he's just seen his brother win on the other court. Now, what goes through his mind right now? You know that he wants that opportunity to go and play against his brother in the finals of the men's division here in Aspen, Colorado.
Well, what happened last year is they ended up facing each other in the semifinals. So we were guaranteed L.Basey was going to go to the finals, but it was like too bad they didn't have a chance to play each other in the finals. But here we are with a unique opportunity. They're down by 3, but still in this match with a chance to have L.Basey versus L.Basey. But Skylar Del Sol pretty much told Hoover, look, you're going to have to beat these brothers. You're going to have to beat them one time apiece, or possibly have to beat them twice. These guys out of the losers bracket, if you remember, Skylar Del Sol and Hoover, with an opportunity to get to the finals.
That's right. And don't you think that they're chomping at the bit right now, up 9-6, game to 15 at this timeout, and then and the players are coming out on court, so we will go back to action and see exactly their demeanor out here as there's big smiles all around. But those smiles are kind of like, everything's all good, but you know what's growing inside. A lot of pain.
And a lot of apprehension, right? It's 6-9. I mean, these guys probably thought they should have won in 2.
And there's a good swing with a retreating block and an open net for Ian Carlson at the net to put that away down 7 and score that point.
Close the lead within 2. Other defending champs got a little work to do if they want a chance at repeating, because giving them everything that they have, giving them everything the opposition deserves right now is Del Sol and Hoover. Going back to Hoover all day. Yep. Little bit of a shank, and that's okay. Nothing Skylar can't handle. And, man, there's a play Lars went back.
Better swing by Christian Hoover from the left side. Swirling wind right now. Everybody pay attention to what's going to happen in the next couple points, because the aspen trees are a-blowing, and when you see the leaves start to get removed from the trees and flying off, you know there's a bit of wind at this high altitude, 8,000 feet. 10-7,
here we
Hoover
go.
Back to serve.
Hoover to serve, leading by 3. Zone 1, back to Lars. Testing him to see if he's fully recovered from that. And, man, just playing the game of chess in the air and waiting to see the blocker and defender make their move and not run out of air times as L.Basey.
As you see Scarlo Del Sol almost kind of pound the sand going, you know what? I knew he was going the other way, and I didn't believe myself.
Oh, you didn't believe the call, right? The call, the switch was that. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. You know what? Reigning defending champions, that is not what we call champ stuff right there. You need that point. You need that serve, and it goes into the net.
Unfortunately, a little bit rushed by Ian Carlson on that serve. That service error now gives the advantage by 3, 11, 8.
Expect the up and down. That's Lars' set. That is vintage L.Basey. Create his approach inside, up and down set, seeing the whole court. 9-11's the switch. I mean, they have to find a way to score, though, Randy. You can't play the side-out game. We were down by 2 and then 3 and 2 and 3.
And let me add to that they're going to have to try to go and figure out how to score. If they do, it's going to get exciting as they go to Hoover.
In the middle. Hoover. Cross court. Oh, my goodness. It felt like a little Matrix moment, like time slowed down a little bit. Slow motion, blocker landing, defender lunging. Point for the underdogs.
Yeah, it was a very fine situation because, like his partner's just saying, L.Basey to his partner, like, I was there. As they go now to Ian out of the middle as Ian chops the ball up and over the block, and that goes down. Does it go down? It does. It just hits that back line.
Yeah. And you know what? They got to use this break right now. They've gotten more breaks on Lindsay Lohan in court. All right. They got to take some of these opportunities, and they have to be able to execute a dig, get an ace. And perfect, Randy. Great camera, bunker camera adjustment by my guy, the king of the beach. Oh, Skylar. Bringing his team 13-10. Hit him with the left, hit him with the right.
Stand up and fight with a left-handed put away with a big score, 13-10, commanding lead to get to the finals.
No, they didn't go to Lars on this one. They go to Carlson. And Carlson, elevation. And, man, the roar tells us exactly whether that ball went in or out. The roar by the Christian Hoover.
Unfortunately,
match point.
Ian Carlson goes and shoots that ball up and over the block. This high altitude carries it out. Point match.
Here we go. Up and down pass. That's his set. And staying alive for one more play. Match point opportunity number 2.
You got to love L.Basey, how calm and collect that he is going up and approaching the ball with some speed, shooting that ball up and over the block or no block down the line and scoring that point. And now they've got the side switch down by 3 in a very difficult situation.
A little bit of a 2-word conversation. I'd love to know what they said. Maybe we'll ask him if they win on the post-match interview. And that ball was really, really tight. Hitting with the left again. Doug looking for 12. Lars, good night.
Great swing by Lars from the left side on a bump set that was a little bit higher and gave him that opportunity to jump out of this sand up here in Aspen at 8,000 feet. 2-point game, 12-14.
Yep, and we need to see Lars do that more. I hope it's not too little too late on this side out. Match point opportunity number 3. Oh, you got to be kidding. Oh, and that wasn't even in on court 1.
What a great second swing by Skylar Del Sol, and he puts the icing on the cake to win this semifinals and get to the finals of this Open at the Motherlode, the 50th annual. And what great playing by both teams. And like you said earlier, Christian Hoover and Skylar Del Sol coming out of the losers bracket to go and get back into the promised land, into the finals of this tournament. And that should be just an incredible final coming up.
Wow. Yes, an incredible final coming up indeed. Randy, listen, Skylar knew he's going to have to beat both Baseys to win this whole thing. So right now we got 1 down, 1 to go. And we have both teams out of the contenders bracket meeting in the finals.
It's amazing. You know, there's that, like I said, there's an opportunity, even if you lose, that you can come through and still be able to that crossover. And unfortunately, that will be all for Basey and Ian. And as they tie for 3rd place, we're going to get a barn burner of a final. And needless to say, that will happen in probably a couple hours as we have a women's match and we have a couple other
things. We have a Paralympic match too, which I'm looking forward to calling. This guy's incredible.
Please.
This guy's incredible. I can't wait to see it.
Please, everybody, that if you can, stay in tune to watch what we have in store for you guys, because it's going to be something special.
Yes, and some post-match interviews after the finals for each finals winners, okay? Thank you for staying with us. For all of you at home, got another live stream coming up. I think the Paralympic game first, and then the first of the male and female finals. So we got 3 more live streams coming. But in the meantime, for Randy Stokos, I'm Jason DeBeas and Jeff Samuels. Stick your head in here for a second. We're out of here, people. Let's go.
See you, man.